The sun had barely risen over the war-scarred valley when Major Thomas Reed arrived at the refugee camp. Smoke still lingered in the air, the smell of burning fields and gunpowder mixed with silence, the kind that comes only after too much screaming. The soldiers standing guard saluted him, but their eyes were hollow. Behind the tattered tents, a group of women sat in a line, wrapped in torn blankets, their faces pale and lifeless. They were the comfort women, victims of war, stripped of everything but the will to survive. One of the officers whispered, "Sir, they're yours to handle. Orders say you can take whoever you want." The words hung in the air like poison. Thomas froze. His heart clenched. He had seen blood, death, and cruelty, but this was something darker. As he walked closer, the women flinched, their bodies trembling. One of them, a young woman with broken eyes, whispered, "Please, just make it quick." Thomas dropped his rifle to the ground, his voice steady but burning. "No one will touch you here. Not while I'm breathing." The camp fell silent. The guards exchanged confused glances. "Sir, these are the spoils of war," one soldier stammered. Thomas turned sharply, his jaw tightening. "If this is what victory looks like, then we've already lost." He took off his coat and wrapped it around one of the women shivering in the cold. "You don't owe anyone your body," he said softly. "You owe yourself a chance to live again." The words broke the dam. One woman began to cry, then another, until the entire group was sobbing uncontrollably. For the first time in years, they were crying not out of pain, but out of something they hadn't felt in a long time: hope. Thomas ordered food and medical help for them, personally guarding the tent through the night. When a superior arrived, angry at his defiance, Thomas stood his ground. "Court-martial me if you want," he said. "But if I walk away from these women, I'll never again be able to call myself human." The next day, he helped escort them safely out of the camp, refusing any recognition or reward. Before leaving, the young woman he'd first comforted looked up at him with tears glistening in her eyes and whispered, "You didn't just save our lives, Major. You gave us back our souls." And as the dust of war slowly settled, Thomas Reed walked away, not as a soldier of battle, but as a soldier of compassion.